Denny Hamlin gets win number 50, but it's not without controversy. Let's talk about it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good this Monday. All right, Denny Hamlin gets win number 50. That is win number 600 across all series, I think, for Toyota. So big weekend for Toyota, big weekend for Denny Hamlin. It was not without controversy. However, as you can see, the Actions Hypocritical shirt, you can get that in the link in the description, by the way, at the merch store. But well, let's just see what he had to say after the win.
Both guys wrecked themselves. There was the lane. He missed the corner first. And evidently, he didn't have his right side tires clean, and when he gassed up, he just kept going again. You have an option in those positions to either hold it wide open and hit the fence, or lift and race it out. But those are choices they made. I didn't hit either one of them. Didn't touch them.
On a monumental day for you, win number 50. What does it mean to do it A, here, but B, with all the boos from the fans at one of your favorite places?
I love it. I love it. They can boo my rock out here in a few years.
All right, so he basically puts Kyle Larson into the fence by dooring him. He does make contact. You saw in that clip he said he didn't make contact, and that is actually what has most people talking. It's not that Denny Hamlin drove aggressively and moved Kyle Larson up a lane. It's not the fact that this is the second time that he has won a race this season. His only 2 wins this season, he has put Kyle Larson in the fence to win both of them. It's not that actually has people up in arms. It's the fact that he went on basically a year-long crying spree where he was upset with Ross Chastain, how Ross Chastain drove him, or any other driver that gets into him or touches him. He always has something to say about it. But then he turns right around and drives people the exact same way that he complains about getting driven like. So that is actually what has most people upset. You can't sit there and cry and go on these year-long tangents about, oh, people are driving me dirty, and then you go out there and drive other people what you claim as dirty. So basically, it is a massive level of hypocrisy, and it has a lot of people up in arms, and that's really all you can say about it. I could stretch this out and talk for however long I wanted to talk about, but basically at the end of the day, that is the central point. People are tired of Denny Hamlin complaining when he gets driven rough, and then he turns around and drives other people rough and takes zero responsibility for it. Swore up and down that he didn't touch Kyle Larson when we have eyes and video evidence that you touched Kyle Larson and put him into the wall. All right, let's get into good race, bad race. It was, of course, a good race for Denny Hamlin and Toyota. He finishes first. In fact, the first 3 were Toyotas. Tyler Reddick was second, Martin Truex Jr. third, Kevin Harvick fourth, breaking up the Toyota parade. But then there's Ty Gibbs and Christopher Bell waving the flag, of course, for Toyota. Ricky Stendhouse Jr., good race for him. He is the first Chevrolet in the lineup. Harrison Burton, good race for him. They needed some momentum over there. Erik Jones, another one. He's actually been on a little bit of a hot streak over there at Legacy. He finishes 9th, and Chase Elliott finishes 10th. He needed that good finish, but he's still probably going to need a win to get into the playoffs. Speaking of the playoffs, let's look at the playoff points. As it stands right now, William Byron has 4 wins, and he is leading the playoff points. Martin Truex Jr., the season-long points leader, who stretched out his season-long points lead, is in second in the playoff structure. Kyle Busch third. Denny Hamlin is fourth. Kyle Larson fifth. Christopher Bell sixth. Seventh is Ross Chastain. Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, and Chris Buescher all are pretty much locked in points-wise, barring something dramatic. And then here at the cutoff line, 15th, you've got Bubba Wallace at plus 26, and the last man in right now, Micheal McDowell at plus 17. Aj Allmendinger, the first man out of the playoffs as it stands right now, at minus 17. Minus 23 is Daniel Suarez. Minus 28 for Ty Gibbs. Alex Bowman minus 45 after a rough race here today. And Chase Elliott minus 56. All right, that was the good race and the points. Now on to bad race. It was pretty much a bad race for Hendrick because they had cars capable of winning. In Kyle Larson, possibly Alex Bowman, and William Byron. None of them got the job done for obvious reasons. So I'm going to say that it was a bad race for Hendrick. Bad race for Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece and Corey LaJoie get into it on pit road. I'll try to investigate that a little bit more to see exactly what went on. Might be a video about that later on today. Bad race for Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon to me, looked like he came across the nose of Tyler Reddick. He thought, I guess, Tyler Reddick should have left him more room there or backed out because they were going into the turn. Not exactly sure, but he got upset. Said he is going to start wrecking people in the interview afterwards through his helmet. So bad race for Austin Dillon. And, yep, that's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below. All your subscriptions mean a lot to the channel. If you got a question, comment, or anything you want to talk about any of this, leave it down in the comment section. I try to get to as many of them as I can. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.